Hello there, I'm Josh Modularity and today we are having a look at the AIAIAI TMA-2 HD headphones. This is going to be an interesting review. This is a headphone made by AIAIAI. There is no explanation to the name of the company, and the main reason I'm doing this review is because I have seen a ton of Facebook ads about this headphone. They are named the AIAIAI or AIAIAI as they've been calling them in other reviews too. They are modular headphones, so you can actually replace both the headband, the ear cups. It comes both with Bluetooth and without. It has multiple types of ear pads. Everything about this is modular, and having a modular headphone is kinda cool if you have accessories and parts for it available. And this is the cool part. Meze tried to do that with their Meze 99 classic headphones, but that was not modular. You had to replace the entire headphone pretty much by hand. This one is truly modular because you can replace them without using a screwdriver. It is a pretty cool system actually. The company has very responsible and very respectful people working with them, and I mean it. I was quite impressed to see that they are very friendly in person. They are pretty cool actually. They know English very well. It is not a Chinese company trying to push the boundaries. It is actually a pretty good company. And a lot of people are asking about them. So here is the AIAIAI TMA-2 HD headphones. This is how they come with. Every single component came in a little pouch, and I thought to myself that I should open them, listen to them and make the review, and then I'll be able to pack them up and show them to you and show how you build them. That is not correct. I was not able to package them right as they came, and I have to do the video review with pretty much the parts and assemble them in front of you. I cannot do that original unboxing thing once again. So this is the headband. It has two cable connectors to which you connect the ear cups. It has Bluetooth, it has buttons for the Bluetooth, and that is actually pretty cool in person. It looks like a little hairband for girls. Those are the drivers with ear pads attached. This is the... I don't even know what driver is this. Oh, this is the driver one. They don't have a left and the right driver actually. The drivers can be installed either way, which means that they are pretty much equal in every way. So the two drivers are pretty much copies. And there is a cable. This is a single-ended cable, 3.5 to 3.5 millimeters, a pretty high quality cable at that. And it is not quite like the HiFi Mandeva, which had 4 poles at the headphone side, because HiFi Mandeva could eventually get a balanced cable. With the AIAIAI TMA-2, that is not an option. They will stay single-ended. They even come with a 6.3mm adapter, so you can use them with your larger devices, although, as I will be telling you in this video review, you won't be doing that, or you are very unlikely to do that, because they are very good at portability, despite looking so alien at first. The headband connects to the ear cup kinda like this. You kind of push it and it starts inserting itself, and you have to connect the cable. The right cable has this red ring here, and you have to find the way it plugs in because it has some ways. After it has plugged in, you have to turn it for security. You can leave it unturned too, there is no problem with that, and I would actually suggest not screwing it in because you might forget it is screwed in and you could try to remove this and break the entire headband. This is how the AIAIAI TMA-2 HD headphones look like assembled and in a position where I can actually use them. So I'm using them at almost their maximum size, and this is pretty much how I would expect most people with an average size head to use them. This means that they will not fit someone with a larger head than mine, because if you have a larger head, they will not fit. On the other hand, the headphones look pretty good. They have this matte rubbery coating on the outside, which makes them very high-end to the touch. The headband actually has some padding inside, and the hotspot is not at the top of the head, which means that they don't really push on your head while you are wearing them. The ear cups are somewhat large enough for my ears, although they are not quite at the level I would consider them quite large enough, but they are pretty largish. I would use them for portability. I can use them for about 1 hour to 2 hours without any kind of fatigue. After 2 hours, my ears feel a bit cramped inside the ear cups, and the size constraints start to appear. The earpads I have chosen because I was able to configure this model are the most comfortable type, and this is the TMA-2 Comfort type. This is the most comfortable setting they have, and it is actually pretty good. I feel pretty comfortable with them, I'll give them that. While wearing them, I am getting about 20 decibels of passive noise isolation, and that is pretty good for a closed back headphone. They don't really leak either. They are pretty good at keeping your music to you. They are fairly easy to drive to, so any smartphone should do quite well. And they come with a cable which looks like this. This is the cable you are going to use for them. The cable is quite long too, although not quite as most headphone cables, but it is quite long, as you can see. I am having enough length to enjoy them while on the go. The cable connects to only one of the cups and usually connects to the red cup. And I just realized that they have a left and the right ear cup, but as I said, there is very little actual documentation on how to install them. I just realized that there is a red ring here, and one of the cups has a red ring on one of the connectors, which means that that one should be connected to the red ring. This is pretty interesting because the other cup does not have that same red ring. And as you can see, even as a reviewer, I'm discovering things while I'm doing the review. No one in this world is born fully knowing something. At this point, I'm pretty sure I have them properly configured. This is how they should look like, except this cable should have been connected. But this is pretty much how they should look like when they are finished. To connect their cable to them, you have to first grab the cable and decide which end you are going to connect to the headphone. And usually when the cable looks like this, it is the end that is not threaded, but the end which has a pretty quirky connector. If it goes on the left, like it does for most headphones, you should be able to do it like this. And this pretty much settles it. They should be able to work even if you connect the cable on the right cup, because they have the connectors and they should connect just well. But I am pretty used to having the cable on the left when I have just one ear with the cable, so I will leave it on the left. They have only one cup needing the connection, and that is pretty cool. It makes them pretty practical. As I said, they are pretty comfortable all in all and pretty well isolating, and this is the comfortable version, so I imagine that there is some headroom left to that comfort. So if they are not comfortable to you, you could go for the comfortable version if you had another version. The headband has Bluetooth. The Bluetooth is of a very good quality. It has very wide range, so you should not lose the Bluetooth connection easily. The connector is Type-C, but it is on the inside of the headband, so it is very hard to charge them. It is pretty much right here, and it is very complicated to charge them without removing the ear cup, and that is a bit of a minus because it makes them not quite so practical. Also, charging them does not take quite so much. They have a pretty good battery life, but the phone quality is terrible. Their microphone is absolutely terrible. My friends, on the other hand, told me that they could barely hear me and they heard themselves with an echo. So I do not recommend them for taking phone calls, but for listening to music, oh man, they sound good. This Bluetooth headband does a really amazing job. They sound colorful. They have a somewhat V-shaped sound with a very expressive sub bass. The bass is not necessarily enhanced, so they have no boominess. They are not muddy. They are pretty punchy and pretty dynamic too. I was expecting, for a headphone that has a lot of ads, for it to be pretty muddy and boring, kinda like a Beats headphone, but no, those are no Beats. Those are some high quality headphones. Although the build quality is a bit quirky and their entire design is a bit based on quirks and on odd things, they are actually a pretty high quality product in the end. I wouldn't dismiss them for the next purchase of a pretty dedicated audiophile. All in all, they are pretty comfortable. The sound on cable is actually better. It is even more dynamic, more punchy, and more detailed than it is on Bluetooth. The sound is beautiful on both, but I prefer it on cable. The sound on cable is so good. I don't even understand how they managed to make them sound so good on this type of build. I mean, look at them. They look like toys a bit. I mean, Lego headphones. What? Wow. But they sound amazing. They are worth every penny of their asking price in terms of actual sonic quality. Comfort too, support from the company too. So AIAIAI is a company that will answer your question. It is a company that will reply to your mails. It is not a company that you are going to never hear about. I have a gut feeling that they are planning more models in the near future, and I hope we will see more amazing stuff coming from them. I also hope you'll consider pressing that like button if you enjoyed this video. Also press subscribe to see more content from Audiophile-Heaven. I thank you for watching and we'll see each other really soon. Bye bye!